Hello peeps from around the world. Welcome to Train the Sales Trainer with me, Chris James. Today I'm going to talk you through the sales coaching formula. The sales coaching formula? What's that then, son? Well, the sales coaching formula is a structure for coaching calls, like gong, chorus, etc., to be able to listen to the calls and have a structure to diagnose what's happening. It's also brilliant for role play. As Bill Gates once said, everyone needs a coach. Okay, peeps, I've got a quick question for you, okay? Have you ever been taught how to coach or how to run effective role plays? Maybe not. Now, coaching is not a new concept. If you want to improve your customer experience, you really need to start looking inward. You need to create a coaching culture that works, effective. You need to give your enablement specialists, sales trainers, coaches the tools they need to be successful. And the coaching formula will do that. As I said, the coaching formula is not a new concept. We look at football and theirs is stop, demo, rehearsal, live. Stop the action, you demonstrate as the coach what needs to be done. They rehearse it and then you go live in the match. In education, it's called I do, we do, you do, go and do. That really works well for role plays. But in sales, we need a format for really listening to calls, to be able to get in role plays and demonstrate them correctly. Now, the sales coaching formula is a 7-step structure. Should we have a go? Let's dig in. Now, before we carry on, I think it's worth noting that practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Once said by Vince Lombardi, who was head coach of the Green Bay Packers back in the 1960s. To start with, you need to listen and observe. Now, don't try and observe every aspect of the call. At SDR level, you'll need to listen to maybe one phase of the call, maybe the introduction, maybe the 30-second commercial. Just concentrate on one part. At AE level, you'll need to concentrate on the message part of the call. When listening, I think you should listen to the words of Dean Jackson. Listening is an art that requires attention over talent, spirit over ego, others over self. Part 2, diagnose. Understand the detail of the call. You've got to take a step back prior to the observation and define what success and failure looks like. It has to be agreed. Now, you might want to use a qualitative analysis sheet for this. Now, here are a few examples where the message could go wrong at AE level. Are they asking two-sided questions? Did they discover an explicit need or leave it at implied need? Are they adapting quickly and effectively in conversation? Do they follow the correct pathways to the solution? Do they talk about the problems the solution solves and the outcomes it can produce? And do they really understand the customer? These are the type of thoughts that would go into coaching. What is the agreed best practice? As John Madden said, coaches have to listen to what they don't want to hear. Part 3 is intervene. Consider what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Stop the call. If one-on-one, ask the senior sales consultant for their feedback. If it's a group call listening session, get them in pairs and threes to discuss what they've heard. Can we identify the fault? Can we stop it in the right place? As Abhishek, an author, once said, best coaches never tell their consultants that they are wrong. They rather focus on creating awareness. Part 4, instruct. You have to give instructions to the sales reps. Now, you need to use an appropriate coaching approach. Guided discovery is probably the most popular. Here, the sales trainer asks a series of questions that direct the sales consultants towards discovering a predetermined target. Or question and answer. The question leads with a question to gain response from the sales reps. Now, a good coach paints pictures. The simpler, the better. Ron Greenwood, West Ham and England manager. Verbal instructions are not enough, especially in the sales arena. So part 5 is demonstrate. Clearly demonstrate the call technique or skill. Role play slowly, explaining the key points logically. Part 6 is rehearse. Let them rehearse what you've just taught them. One-to-one and in small groups. Give the consultants plenty of chances to practice and analyze their performance. That's good enough won't do. Remember, they've got to practice perfect practice. Excellence is determined by opportunities, encouragement, training, motivation, self-confidence, and most of all, practice. M. Howe, Professional of Psychology at University of Exeter. And lastly, part 7, listen live. Ensure that next time they make a call, you listen in and evaluate their performance. Give lots of praise if they replicate the training in the call. Flatter me and I may not believe you. Criticize me and I may not like you. Ignore me and I may not forgive you. Encourage me and I will not forget you. William Arthur Ward, writer and poet. So there's a simple structure for listening to calls and for running role plays. 1. Listen, observe. 2. Diagnose. 3. Intervene. 4. Instruct. 5. Demonstrate. 6. Rehearse. And 7. Listen live. If you follow these instructions, you will be on the path to becoming a great coach. Trust me, it works.